On sentencing, they had me charged with 3 murders, drug deal gone bad in hotel room, shootout. They shot me, I shot them. But the judge says in her final summation after the jury delivers a verdict, it said a great injustice has been done upon society this day. Due to a conflict in the prosecution by the district attorney, you will remain in prison for the rest of your natural life. But you are nothing, Mr. Baker, but a pebble in the pond. You're nothing but poor white trash. All my life, I was a bad boy.
Fam, what's going on, man? It's your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video of one of the worst maximum security prisons in the state of Louisiana, Elayn Hunt Correctional Center. But before we go ahead and get into this video, man, y'all do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and let's go ahead and check out one of the worst maximum security prisons in the state of Louisiana, Elayn Hunt Correctional Center. Let's go ahead and check it out, y'all.
At first glance, someone might mistake this for a college football training camp. But this team is made up of inmates from the Elayn Hunt Correctional Center.
Our philosophy at Hunt is to keep the inmates busy. We feel if we keep them busy, they'll stay out of trouble. Sports help manage the inmates. It gives them something to do. It helps people to learn how to work together. And to me, good sportsmanship make a good person. We have a full-time sports director who organizes team sports such as football, basketball, soccer, baseball, and we even have a boxing team.
Among the players on the Elayn Hunt football team is the prison's most famous inmate.
My name is Ramsey James Dardar Sr. I've been here 5 years, and I'm serving a 32-year sentence for simple burglary. I admit I did commit crime, but as far as being a bad person, I don't think I'm a bad person. I just think I allowed a drug addiction to cause me to make bad decisions, and I stole for drugs.
He's known here in South Louisiana mostly because he was a big-time football player at LSU and kind of the hometown hero.
I come from a little small town named Cecilia, Louisiana. Probably the only time you'll see a red light in Cecilia is probably around Christmas time. It's that small.
In the 1983 NFL Draft, Dardar was picked by the St. Louis Cardinals and later played for the Houston Oilers.
Played with the great Warren Moon, some of the great players, Mike Rozier, guys like that. Played for the Man in Black, Jerry Glanville.
That's John Riggins right here. Number 44 for the Washington Redskins. This right here is Herschel Walker, 1981. I can name you a few guys, famous guys that got a few little scars on them.
Ramsey's football career ended when a neck injury forced him to retire.
From there, it was like, I guess, downhill. I got convicted in 91, got out, stayed out about a year, and here I go again. I chose drugs, sociably, trying it out with the crowd, you know. Ended up hooked. I feel like I let a lot of people down. I'm just trying to do what I can do right now to try to, you know, regain some of that swagger back. You know, I'm getting kind of old, but I still have faith that one day I could, you know, get back out and maybe contribute something to society. Everybody knows prison is not a nice place. Football helps me get away from the pressure of being locked up.
All right, man, y'all go ahead and hit that hype button, bro. Free Dardar, man. Free Dardar. Y'all hit that hype button, bro. So a couple things. Number one, have you ever been incarcerated at a prison where they had a football team with pads? I've only seen flag football. Like, really the only sports in Florida prisons is basketball, flag football, softball, handball, and that's pretty much it. But I know that some states, they have boxing, they got football with like actual pads. So let me know if you've been to a prison recently that still has like a full football team with football pads, or a boxing league where you can actually box with gloves and is even approved by administration. Let me know what prison and what state. I think that's fire. And just like the administration said, man, it keeps the incarcerated population not only being busy, but it keeps them productive, bro. It teaches teamwork, work ethic, and things like that. But also too, man, have any of you convicts ever been incarcerated with a celebrity, with somebody who is famous? And if so, who and at what prison? And also too, I just want to use Dar as an example, bro, that anybody, literally anybody, can go to prison or jail. And sadly, a lot of times, bro, it's just, experimenting with drugs, and people can get addicted. I met so many military vets in prison who had like a full family, established career, and they just got honorably discharged because while they're in Afghanistan or Iraq, they experimented with opioids and they got addicted, bro. And when they came back to the States, they were robbing and stealing, and they eventually went to prison behind those crimes. So just the negative paradigm that people can have of the incarcerated population, like, oh, they're just the scum of society. Like, nah, dog. Like, I always challenge people with that question. Like, do you have any loved ones incarcerated? And if not, like, yo, just wait. And I hate to wish incarceration, and I'm not wishing incarceration upon anybody, but bro, like, sadly, a lot of people, bro, experience jail or prison at some point in their life.
Ramsey spends much of his free time mentoring younger inmates, both on and off the field.
They look up to him, listen to him, follow his lead in a lot of ways, especially in sports. I mean, he's like the coach and the player.
Let's go, baby, let's go. We're gonna get it together. Let's get it right, baby, let's get it right. This is Mr. Calloway, better known as Kiki the Bullet. He's an awesome athlete. And like I said, I played with some good athletes, but that's one of the best I played with.
Pro set right, 38 sweep, tackle pull, on one. Everybody got it.
Yeah.
One eye. Ramsey daughter, I admire his style of play on the field and off the field. He's a perfect role model, He's been to levels that I dreamed about getting to, that I was deprived of going. I've been incarcerated since I was at a young age, 16, now 28, waiting to go home, and all I did was all my life was play sports. I'm in it for manslaughter. It was a faulty mistake, but I was just young.
With less than 6 months to serve on his manslaughter charge, Kiana says prison has taught him not to judge people.
Everybody in jail not criminals. Everybody in jail not animals. Everybody incarcerated is not a warlock or a demon. Everybody have hearts. It's just wrong mistakes we made. We took the wrong turn in our life.
For Ramsey, one wrong turn cost him more than just his freedom.
I lost my family, coming to prison. And that's the biggest thing, that's the biggest thing I deal with every day.
Oh, it's my queen. I lost her, but I might get her back. I trust, I believe, I have faith.
Coming up, officers take every precaution as inmates farm the fields.
See, when you get it like this in here, like that razor blade there,
it makes you watch your back, keeps you on your toes.
In Louisiana, farming has been a long-time tradition at correctional facilities throughout the state, including Elayn Hunt.
We have a farm here where they grow the food. That's why our food cost is so low, because we grow a lot of products that we feed the inmates here.
Every weekday morning, just after sunrise, a crew of inmates prepares for a day of grueling work in the fields adjacent to the prison. Several armed officers on horseback supervise them.
Whoa!
For security purposes, all inmates are first lined up, counted, and frisked for contraband. After the count is checked and double-checked, officers and inmates make their way to the supply depot, where inmates retrieve water jugs for the hot and humid day in the fields. They will also collect the tools they'll need.
Knowing that they have tools that they could easily use as weapons, and they've done it before, it makes you watch your back,
When you get it like this in here, like that razor blade there, I learned that lick sharpening them knives on the floor in them cells in Angola.
Inmate Joel Baker, convicted of triple homicide, goes by the name White Trash.
The judge gave me my name. It's kind of ironic. Upon sentencing, they had me charged with 3 murders, drug deal gone bad in hotel room, shootout. They shot me, I shot them. But the judge says in her final summation after the jury delivers a verdict, it said a great injustice has been done upon society this day. Due to a conflict in the prosecution by the district attorney, you will remain in prison for the rest of your natural life. But you are nothing, Mr. Baker, but a pebble in the pond. You're nothing but poor white trash. All my life I was a bad boy. I look back and I see all the stupid mistakes that I made. And I see the young people that's here at this prison. And I hear all the stories because I listen and I think to myself, you do not know how fortunate you are. You're going out there with another chance, whether it's 5 years, 10 years or what, you're getting another chance. I'll never get that chance. I would give my leg, my arm for that chance. I'm never gonna get it.
After assembling with their tools, inmates begin the long march to the field where they will spend the day harvesting vegetables and picking weeds. Each inmate earns 2 cents an hour.
We have 63 acres of vegetable garden.
Bro, 2 cents an hour is absolutely insane. So first of all, any convicts watching who have been to Elayn Hunt and been at the farm, let me know what your experience was like in the comments. But also too, for anybody who's been to any prison throughout the nation who worked at a farm, whether it was like medium or minimum security, let me know what your experience was like. And did you enjoy it, or would you rather do time like on GP on the compound? For me personally, I've only went to a work camp once out of all 12 years, and I was only there for like 3 months before I went to work at least, but I only went outside the gate, I think maybe once or twice, but I loved it. I never really understood why convicts would complain about going outside and working. Of course, you know, they slave you, and a lot of times, even in Florida, you don't get paid for going outside to work. But for me, I feel like it makes your time go by fast, especially if you get a good job, you're like working in the community, you can see people, you're in society, and especially if you get a good boss man who might bring y'all food in every once in a while. But you let me know, did you like being at a work camp or a farm or working outside the gate, or would you rather do your time behind the fence? Let me know the details and why in the comments.
That we grow vegetables on, anything from squash, tomatoes, mustard greens, collard greens.
Inmates at Elayn Hunt harvest more than 1 million pounds of crops per year, all of it used at the prison.
All right, 1, hammer, 2, baker, 3, sheep.
Early in the mornings, it's not so bad. We still have a little bit of coolness in the air. But as the day progresses, the humidity starts to go up, and the dew points go up, and it tends to slow a lot of them down.
The temperature can reach up to 100 degrees. Still, the 3 dozen inmates represent a formidable force. But the mounted officers keeping watch over them are prepared for any trouble.
I'm comfortable out on my lines. Got my horse, my guns. Inmates are intimidated by it.
They probably feel I'm the danger. I got nothing to lose. I mean, what you gonna do, give me some more time? I can't do what I got. I do 1 life sentence, if you take back 1 life sentence, I still got 2 more. You take back the life sentences, I still got 35. I mean, I'm more of a threat to them than they are to me.
To keep inmates from escaping, gun guards form a square perimeter around the farm detail by placing themselves at opposite corners. Inside the square, unarmed guards called line pushers supervise the inmates.
All right, the gun guard that you see out here, he has the area toward us and also the area going the opposite way. It's a 90 degree. The other gun guard in this area over here, he has a 90-degree angle the other way, which watches the 2 guard lines that way.
The gun line is there for inmates so they know what not to cross.
The gun line is an imaginary boundary. An inmate who gets too close to the line is verbally warned. If he continues, a warning shot is fired. If he fails to heed the warning, officers are authorized to wound the inmate to stop him.
We had at one time where an inmate took off running and we had to run them down, and we just run them down and caught them In my career, which spans over 27 years, I've never had to use deadly force.
In addition to preventing escapes, gun guards must be prepared to protect the line pusher.
The pusher, he has to work the inmates, tell the inmates what to do. Different than the gun guards. The gun guards are just making sure they stay in their area.
Chris Melchior has worked in the field for 6 months. Recently, he changed positions from being a gun guard to becoming a line pusher.
Me as a line pusher, I don't carry a weapon. And when you go from being a gun guard carrying 2 weapons to line pushing and you lose that security blanket, it's not a real good feeling in your gut.
Clean the front of your room. I want all that grass out the front.
We watch these guys, make sure they're working. It's a mind game, really. They'll test you, and you just got to keep up with them.
We got 5 rows on that very end. 5 is going to be the very end one, and then just work your way back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Make it in their head that you're not out here playing. You're out here meaning the real thing. Basically, you've just got to put your foot down and let them know you mean business.
As their day of hard labor
Bro,
comes
just
to an
watching
end,
this is a reminder why prison sucks, dog. Obviously, just being separated from our children, family, and loved ones. One day is one day too long, and that's why it sucks. But whenever you got, like, a young kid, you know what I mean? Like, that kid's probably only, like, 19, 20-something years old, and I'm not trying to be negative or mean to him or assume how he's treating, you know, the convicts, but I mean, whenever you got like a young kid like telling you what to do, and some of them can be extremely disrespectful, bro. Like, no man wants to be told what to do by any other man, let alone like a young kid who could possibly be a douchebag. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that sucks about prison, dog, to where, like, man, if you don't enjoy going out working and slaving, especially if you got time, you're like, bro, I ain't doing none of this, bro. Take me to the hole, you know, take me to confinement. But I'm sure a lot of these guys, they probably enjoy it, because if they didn't, you know, they probably wouldn't be out there. And one thing that's crazy and I think is awesome is the fact that they got guys out here who have multiple life sentences, who have the privilege and the benefit of leaving the gate and kind of somewhat being like outside of the prison, not really in the community, but being outside working on the farm. But that also got to be one heck of a temptation if you know that you probably are going to die in prison and you got the open space around you. And of course, you know, they got the officers with the guns and all that, but it's still probably a big temptation, you know what I mean, as far as wanting to run or try to finesse and do something. And of course, I'm not condoning, you know, escaping at all. You know, prison is where Jesus Christ radically transformed my life, and I believe that even in our deepest, darkest pains and moments and seasons of life, that's where God really wants to meet us at and transform our life. But I would understand also how somebody in that predicament could even think about, you know, escaping, especially when you got that temptation around you, you know, to where like there's no fences. Of course, you got the cops with the guns, but still, you know, it's probably one heck of a temptation for sure.
inmates load vegetables onto flatbed trucks, assemble in their lines, and begin the journey back to the prison.
It's fun to break the law and dance with the devil, but see, when you gotta pay the fiddler, it ain't nothing nice. Trust me, I'm living it. I'm living it.
Coming up, inmates try to survive a military-style boot camp.
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and stop it right here, man. So, look, this your boy, E.I. King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. And family, look, I got a fire HBO-style series on the full episode playlist. It's a chronological journey of my 12 years in prison. It's called The Incarceration. Season 1 has been out, but Season 2 is just now coming out. But to access it, you have to become an all-access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip of Season 2 right here. And all day, every day, fighting, nonstop. And a lot of times, it's not one-on-one. It's a lot of people getting jumped, a lot of 2-on-2s or 3s-on-5s, all day, every day. No exaggeration. When the police see the fighting, majority of the time, they won't even break it up, won't even look, won't even lock down the dorm, just put a blind eye to it and keep on going. Non-stop chaos, all day, every day, no exaggeration. Nothing but yelling, fighting, and occasionally stabbings. One thing I began to realize as well at JIT camp is that people had knives for sure, but they call them fence pokers. little wire that people unravel off the fence posts. They sharpen it up on the floor and it becomes a knife. But they're small and they're really skinny. So even though they go in and out real quick and real fast and, will puncture people, it's not really deadly unless you hit somebody in the jugular or in the eye or something like that. And also, if you didn't know, man, I am a rapper. My artist name is EI the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my artist YouTube channel, EI the King, to check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, EI the King, TikTok, EI the King Official, and family. Look, I got 3 other YouTube channels. My official artist channel, EI the King. Go check out my music videos, Real Crime Stories Unlocked, and my brand new YouTube channel, Low Budget Traveling, where I'm sharing with you, all convicts and everyday average American, that it is possible and realistic for you and I to travel abroad internationally on a low budget. All the links are going to be at the end of this video. Go ahead and click those links. It's going to take you to my new channel. Subscribe, follow, check out the content. It's fire. And family, look, we're on the journey to 100,000 subs. Right now we're at 50K. I appreciate all the day one viewers and day one subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Y'all do me a favor, go ahead and like this video right now. For all the convicts watching, if you done time in the county jail, state prison, federal prison, and you want to share your incarcerated experiences, email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at eitheking_. As I interview you, I'll post your interview up on this channel. If you got a YouTube channel, social media, whatever you want to promote, I'll allow you to promote it throughout the interview. And y'all stay tapped in for more fire content to continue to come your way. It's your boy EI the King, and I'm out. Peace.